It was a rainy Monday evening when Maya, drenched in her faded work uniform, stepped out of the local grocery store. Her arms ached from the weight of 2 plastic bags she could barely afford. She worked as a receptionist at a small textile company, living paycheck to paycheck, her dreams of a better life quietly gathering dust. As she turned the corner, she noticed a man, tall, older, struggling to hold 3 large grocery bags as the rain poured harder. His expensive-looking suit was soaked, and his paper grocery bags looked ready to collapse. Maya didn't think twice. She rushed over, shielding her head with a cheap umbrella she had bought for 100 rupees from a street vendor. "Let me help you," she said, grabbing one of the bags before it split open. The man hesitated for a moment but gave a grateful nod. Together, they rushed toward the nearby covered bus stop. "Thank you," the man said, out of breath. His voice was calm yet tired, like someone carrying a weight heavier than groceries. "No problem," Maya replied. "Are you okay?" He chuckled. "I didn't expect the rain." They sat in silence under the small bus shelter. The man's grocery bag had been ripped slightly, and Maya offered him a spare plastic bag from her own. "I'm Maya," she said shyly. "Daniel," the man responded with a faint smile. They spoke for only a few more minutes before the rain eased. Daniel thanked her again, shaking her hand firmly. Then they parted ways. Maya walked back to her tiny apartment that night, thinking nothing of the encounter. The next morning, Maya arrived at work 10 minutes early, as she always did. Her job wasn't glamorous. The office was old, the paint peeling, and the receptionist's desk wobbled if she leaned on it too hard. But it paid enough to help her mother with medicine and keep the lights on. That day, however, the atmosphere felt different. Her co-workers whispered nervously. The HR manager, a usually calm man, rushed past her looking flustered. Maya frowned, trying to make sense of the tension. Then a sleek black car pulled up outside. 2 sharply dressed men stepped out, followed by another figure, a man in a fresh, tailored suit, his presence commanding instant attention. Her heart stopped. It was Daniel. The same Daniel she had helped just last night. Only now, he wasn't holding grocery bags. He was surrounded by people, followed by security, and holding a tablet. Her boss, Mr. Khalid, gathered everyone in the main hall. "Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention? I'd like to introduce the new owner of our company. Mr. Daniel Worthington." The name echoed like thunder. Daniel looked around, his eyes calmly scanning the room until they settled on Maya. For a brief second, only she existed in that crowded room. Maya's mind raced. Worthington Industries was a name she'd only seen in headlines and on news tickers. Daniel Worthington wasn't just rich. He was a multimillionaire CEO known for turning small, struggling companies into global giants. Why hadn't he said anything yesterday? After the introduction, everyone was asked to return to their stations, except Maya. The HR manager gently tapped her shoulder. "Mr. Worthington would like to see you in the conference room." Her knees felt weak. Her mind imagined every possibility. Was she in trouble? Did she say something wrong yesterday? Was he angry? Maya stepped into the large, glass-walled conference room, her heart pounding louder than the rain from the night before. Daniel stood by the window, overlooking the city skyline. "You helped me yesterday," he said, turning slowly, hands in his pockets. His voice was calm, serious, yet warm. I didn't know who you were," Maya stammered. "I know," Daniel replied with a small smile. "That's exactly why I'm here." She frowned, confused. "I was testing the company," he explained. "Walking around the area, observing employees, the neighborhood. And when the rain caught me off guard, I expected no one would care. But you did." Maya bit her lip, not knowing what to say. "Do you know how rare that is?" Daniel continued. Someone helping a stranger without expecting anything in return? It was just groceries, Maya said softly. Daniel chuckled gently. No, Maya. It was more than that. He walked closer, placing a file on the table in front of her. It had her name on it. Her employment file. I've reviewed your records. 3 years here. Never late. No complaints. Always helping others. The kind of person any company needs. Maya felt tears prick at her eyes. Was this real? Starting today, Daniel said, I'd like to offer you a new position. Executive assistant to the CEO. Maya's mouth fell open. Her salary would triple. Her life would change overnight. But more than that, someone had finally seen her. Not as a poor girl behind a desk, but as a human being with worth. For a long moment, she couldn't speak. Then finally, with trembling hands, she accepted the file. I don't know what to say. Daniel smiled wider now. Just say yes, Maya. And never stop being the person who helps others, no matter how big your title gets. That afternoon, Maya walked out of the conference room with her head held high, her coworkers looking at her in awe. But she didn't care about that. What mattered to her was the silent truth in her heart. One small act of kindness had changed her entire destiny. And somewhere deep down, Maya knew she would never forget the day she helped a stranger with his groceries, only to find out he wasn't just anyone. He was her new CEO. And her life was just beginning.